Hey guys, Threebridge here. And do you see this lovely little village? Well, it's about to be blown to smithereens because I am going to show you how to make new TNT with the help of just one code from Velvox Raptor. He is a really cool command block genius, and I really think you should check him out. You can also find the code for this from lodge.zip, and he is also really cool, and I like watching him. This guy right here is going to watch it all explode. Well, not really. I encased him in barriers because this is where he's the one that is going to be giving us the TNT. We need to name him something special, and then he will, when we try and trade with him, instead of like a butcher, it will be all the stuff you need for the TNT. And everything you see in my toolbar right now is what you're going to need. Now, so you take yourself a command block, place it down, and copy and paste the code in, and then you can change this to always active, hit done, and then it will do this. This is everything, like all of the code that is going to be involved with this TNT, so don't break this, otherwise it's not going to work. So you just need this big tower, and if you think it looks ugly and big, then you can like dig a big like hole in the ground, and then you can put it in there. So now that we have that up, you want to get out a name tag and do Dr. Boom on it. And then when you name them, that weird thing will happen, and he'll have a creeper head. I'm pretty sure the D and the B on Doctor and Boom have to be capitalized, otherwise it won't work. Now we can get into the exciting part, the TNT. So, this first one is the triggered TNT. So, it's not mad or anything. It's just you can make it go off whenever you want just by like dropping something. So I'm going to place it, let's do in the middle of this street, and then this is the trigger. You don't hit use or anything on it. As soon as I drop this, that TNT will explode. So when I drop it, it explodes. I think that one's really cool. And you could do like an adventure map where you go into like some building and place those all over the place, and then I'll set them all off. The second one is the clock or timed bomb. I'm not too sure how this one works, so I guess we'll find out together. I'm pretty sure you have to name it how long you want it to have like time, like how long it should be timed. So I'm gonna do 100. I'm pretty sure it's 100 to 1. And then I'm going to put down the timed TNT in this little backyard right here. And then I'm going to name it 100. And then I am going to light it off. That did seem longer than usual, but it was hard to tell. This next one is probably my second favorite. My first we'll get to. And you are going to need ice and some TNT for it. So TNT and then ice. And it's called the Cryo TNT. Time TNT and triggered TNT. The Cryo TNT is really interesting and also kind of annoying because it will encase all mobs in like a big chunk of ice. Now I need to find some mobs. You know what? Why don't we just spawn some in? Yes, the pig. And we're just gonna place down a few over here. And when we explode it, everything will freeze. Now, you're gonna probably be like, oh, this is really cool. I bet I can find some way to have this useful. But then you'll realize that you can't break it. If you want to break it, and this has happened to me before, you're going to need to go into survival mode, I think, and then break it, but then once you break it, some water will come out. So that one's a little weird. And the next one, need to get back to Dr. Boom over here. This next one is the incendiary TNT. I think that's how you say it. And when you place it down, it will not only explode, but also cover everything around it with fire. So that one's pretty good if you're like, if someone made like a wood house how it's lagging so much and you want to troll them or something. This next one, you can't even read what it says in this, but it's called the ink bomb, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the ink bomb. And when you place it down, it will, again, not only explode, but also give everything around it, including other mobs, not just players, like blindness. See, now I can't see that much. But it also exploded. I can't see anything. I just need to wait for this to wear off. Hey, Dr. Boom, where are you? Are you over here? Uh-oh. No, that's that. You should be... Yay, Dr. Boom! So, this next one... Oh, this one is pretty interesting. This one is the Nether Virus TNT. And it's really annoying. Like, you could set this off in someone's base, and I bet it would annoy them a lot. But it's also very cool to watch if you just put it out in a plane. And it just goes like that. It just starts building in random directions wherever it wants. It's just like a virus. It just goes all crazy and stuff. It looks like that little block right there is building all of it. Like a player. Like an invisible player or something. That's scary. Eventually it will stop, just if you're wondering, because that would be pretty bad if it didn't stop. And your map would be a mess. And it's just really amusing to watch. It's just kind of like watching fire. And destruction. And I think it just ran its course. Yeah, it just stopped. That's the nether virus. That one's pretty interesting. This next one is going to be, oh, my favorite one. This one's so amusing to watch. And you could be like on a PvP map and then blow this off if a bunch of people are following you, and they will all get like knocked back. So as soon as I light this, it will make like a bunch of water walls all around you. But just if you're wondering, none of them are source blocks, so that it won't be like permanent. So it will eventually stop. Just like that. That one's probably my favorite. And if you do it like really high in the sky, it will make a really cool big cube. Now, this next one is a black hole bomb. Dun dun dun. The black hole bomb also needs a bunch of mobs around it to work. So if I just make a bunch of pigs and then do the black hole bomb right there, then that particle effect will go there and then blow up and push all of them towards them and pull all of them towards the TNT, so it will do extra damage. Where is he? I'm just gonna set one up right here. Okay. This next one, I think it goes into the TNT ones, like just the regular TNT now. Yep. This is the extra explosive TNT. There's nothing too special about this one. It's just, as its name is, it's just extra explosive. So if I set one off on the top of this house, it will explode. A lot more than a normal TNT would, because basically this whole house is gone now. Extra explosive. This one's just like normal TNT, but just a little bit different. This next one, I think it's called extra explosive, and that one, yeah, just extra explosive TNT. And you just need 2 for both of them. And as you can see, the it's kind of hard to see, but the extra explosive is a little bit darker than the extra explosive. That's just a little bit of a way to, like, tell them apart. So I'm going to put it on this because this is kind of weird and scary. It does explode a little bit more than it would and creates a lot of, like, oh, yeah, it makes a really weird pattern. It's, I'm just gonna place it in this farm here. I'm just harvesting the crops, just a way to harvest the crops. And when it explodes and lags a lot, it will make a really interesting hole. But it's hard to see here because there's all that water. Like this, kind of. I hope you're not hurt. This next one is the star. Now, I don't know if I have enough. I'm just going to put enough into both of these. And if, you know how two TNT, well, actually 4, but 2 each. This one, the extra explosive TNT, did a lot of damage and blew up that whole area. Well, this one is huge, and I am not joking. Since there's all this water here, it's going to be hard to see the pattern, so I'm going to go into this big forest area to explode it. Let's do it on a treetop. Yay! Okay, right here. And then let's set it off. I'm scared. It's gonna lag so hard. Yup, it already lagged. Oh, I didn't even hear it explode. Oh, it is lagging so hard. Oh gosh. Just a warning, if you are going to use these, it does some lag. Huh, really only did that? Maybe it's still updating. Huh, it did only do that. But as you can see, it made like this plus right here. And this cool pattern. Yeah, I think it was just too far from the ground. Here we go! Here we go again. Doosh. Oh my. It does take a bit for it to unlag. Well, I guess it matters how strong your computer is, but as you can see, it did make a really weird pattern, like a plus, and it actually like completely copies it. Let me try and see. You know how there's those 2 coal blocks right there with all the experience next to it? That actually gets copied on all corners. So that part's really weird. And if I can make my way back over to Dr. Boom, we should be all right.